Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Bike Time. My name is Terry Took, and today's show will be titled Chase Me. The reason why I named that is because we're going to talk about satellites, satellite internet services in the United States. We're only going to talk about three of them, all right? And how good they are, and what's the differences over them between, let's say, fiber optics compared to coax, Comcast. But we're going to get into what's better for a consumer, or depending on where you live. We're going to talk about that also. Also, we're going to talk about where I've been for the last few weeks. All right. I know we had holidays and some other stuff in there, and we're going to get into that in just a way of saying hello. And I'm glad to be back and talking to everybody. And you know what? Let's do some cheering here. We got to get that out of the way. All right. Great to be back, people. Great to be back. It's great to be back. I want you to know I'm glad to be back and ready to talk. We're going to talk a little bit of everything, too. So I know tonight the ESPY's on ESPN tonight. And what else is on? No baseball. They had the All-Star game last night. And then I think they'll play again into Sunday. MLS is going to be playing. But we're going to stick to our thing, all right? So let's turn that down a little bit. All right, let's end that. Turn the music here. All right. All right, we're going to end that. All right, it's great to be back, everyone. It's great to be here. I don't have much. Another reason why I haven't been on is I haven't been able to think of new subjects that might stand out. I figure let me try satellites because people are still using satellites in America. And we're going to talk about the ones that are being used right now, such as the one that Elon Musk, his company, is having subscribers with, but it's not rated one of the best. So we'll get into that, and we're going to talk about some old school companies that have been around for a long, long, long time, and we're going to talk about them also and how they fare in the satellite. Now, people have to realize you have to have a direct side sign of sight. What that means, you can't have anything interfering in it. All right, sorry about that. You can't have anything interfering in it because you have a signal that's going directly to the sky to the satellites that are up in space. Okay, so you want a direct hit. You don't want any tree limbs in there, but you're still going to have the problem when it storms. You're going to have your direct sight is going to be hampered because of rain, snow, whatever the elements might be out there, but you're gonna have that issue with the satellites. Okay, so that's something to consider. Um, and like I said, satellites have been around for a long time. You got the Dish Network. We're going to talk about Starlink that Elon Musk has. We're going to talk about Viasat, and also we're going to talk about Hughes has been around for a long time, and they've been around a long, long, long time, and they have the highest subscribers, one of the highest subscribers for people. They're using the HughesNet because that's more of a rural area to use the HughesNet. So we're going to get into that also. But yeah, I haven't been up to much, people. Just I haven't. That's what's the good word to use. I think the last time we were together, we were talking about the songs of the summer, and it was raining like cats and dogs. And then after that, I've been running around doing this, doing that, and I went to a reggae ska festival in Catonsville, Maryland. As if some of you know, that's not the home base of reggae, but but we went out there. We met some really nice people too, and the music was unbelievable. The first band sucked. Let's get that out the way. The first band sucked. Yeah, they're horrible. They just really suck. Okay, I'm sorry to say that, guys, but I don't remember your name, but you guys suck. Okay. Then they had another tent on the premises where they were playing 10 times better music. And there was another group in there. I forgot their name. God forgive me. I know you were from out of Washington, D.C., but your music was phenomenal. A little reggae and some ska. You know what I mean? Loved it. And then another band came on that was underneath the tent. So they didn't want, so what they had one stage, a big stage, like in a big parking lot. Then they had a tent, a big tent, anchored tent where had other bands playing. All right, and that other band that I heard on Saturday was called Eastern Standard Time. They were reggae, same thing, reggae, ska band from out of Washington, D.C. And they did some variations of some of the police songs. Uh, they did some Bob Marley stuff, and they put a little twist to it, and they were just phenomenal. And I was out dancing, man. Let me tell you, I'm 57 years old, and I was out there dancing like a fool, doing some ska, some reggae, all that good stuff. So it was a good time. Good time by for all, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that was a great time. Music was phenomenal. And then that's basically it. And I tried to come back and do a show on Sunday. I just didn't have the strength to get up, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking, I was just dead to the world. So, and I apologize for that. We will keep moving along. And we're going to talk about, first and foremost, we're going to start with the satellite systems that are out there now. Starlink, which is owned by Elon Musk, is relatively new. So I want people to know that Elon Musk, this is a relatively new surface. So in order for a satellite service to work really good, you must have powerful satellites in space. You must have multiple, but so we're gonna get into the other ones. So just from reading and getting some facts online, and what they're saying here is that in order to have very good satellite transmission, you must have multiple. Excuse me, the interlink with a satellite service, you must have a lot of satellites in space. Okay, so Elon Musk. So what I'm going to read here is he only has 2,000 satellites in space right now orbiting. In order for his service to work, what they're saying here, he's going to need 35,000. Excuse me, 42,000 satellites in space for it to work. So some people, it's working good for them. Some of them, they're still having issues loading up, the downloads and uploads on their system, and we're going to talk about it a little bit. So I'm just going to read what they have here. Starlink is a satellite internet constellation operated by SpaceX, which is Elon Musk's company. Okay, um, like I said, they are new to the game of the broadband systems that are out here with satellite broadband. So it's a high speed, low latency broadband internet in remote and rural locations across the globe. So what they're saying is $110 with a one time hardware fee of $600. So the hardware is going to be a little pricey, okay? And if you go to the website, you go to Starlink, they have it for residential, business, recreational vehicles, and for maritime. So, say for instance, you have a boat, you basically could have this system on your boat. It probably might work better out there because there's no sight, there's nothing to disturb your sight sound. Okay, so sight of sound. So you could probably put a satellite on the back of a big boat or a yacht where you want to have a sign of sight blocking it. So in this case, it will work perfectly. Also, having it on an RV, you're constantly moving. Same thing on a boat. You're constantly moving. So your sign of sight might be difficult. Okay. It might be difficult. And they have what they're saying. If you go on their website, it says it's an easy system to load. But the speeds on here are vary. Okay, so I'm going to read basically what it says. The Starlink internet works by sending information through the vacuum of space where it travels much faster than a fiber optic cable and can reach far more places. While most satellite internet services today come from single geostationary satellites that orbit the planet at 35,000 kilometers, Starlink's constellation of multiple satellites that orbit the planet much closer to the Earth at 550 kilometers. Because Starlink satellites are in a low orbit, the round trip data time between the user and satellite, known as latency, is low over the satellites. But the problem is, okay, you're not going to have that much latency. You're not gonna have a full really good connection. This says enable Starlink to deliver services like online gaming that are usually not possible on other satellite broadband. So what they do is if you buy this, their kit arrives, Starlink, a Wi-Fi router with cables in the base. So it says Starlink requires a clear view of the sky to connect. Then you download the app to determine your best install location. So, like I said, sign of sight, you got to have clear path to that satellite. Okay. They're saying that SpaceX is leveraging experience in building rockets and spacecraft to deploy the world's most advanced broadband internet system. As the world's leading provider of launch services. So we're not gonna get into all that stuff. Okay. So what they have done now. Okay, now recently they sent up to more satellites on their CRS-25 mission. It was a Vulcan 9. Um, it was a rocket. It launched Dragon 9 on 25th commercial resupply services at Kennedy Space Center. Um, it's, typical like irregular satellites to go up in the air. They they deploy in space. Anything else falls out, it's garbage. Okay, so basically, so they launched the satellite last. If you want to look at it, it's online at the Starlink website, and it was launched at on July 16th at 11 a.m. So if you want to go to the Starlink website, it shows the actual rockets that it took off from, and it'll give you an idea of how these satellites work. But like I say, sign of sight, you can't have anything blocking it. Okay, so what they're saying now is from the first quarter of 2021 through the first quarter of 2022, Starlink's median download speed in the United States jumped a hefty 38%, from 65 megabits per second to 90. What they're saying, the latest number actually is a bit slower than the last quarterly report from all fall and winter, in which Starlink came in with a median speed of 100 megabytes per second. So they're still having issues. They don't have enough satellites in space to run this good. Okay. So what they're saying is, like I have Verizon, which is fiber, and I like it. I have no complaints. I had Comcast before, and the coax was just horrible. Don't ever whatever you do, people. I'm sorry. Comcast is the worst. Their coax, their systems go down a lot. Okay, so um, what they're saying here, with the highest recorded Starlink download speeds, topping out at not much higher than 200 megabits per second. So I know on my system here, uploads are around 850, downloads about 900. So they have issues. 900 megabits per second. So they have issues, almost a gig. Okay. So what I'm saying here, the if you really need this and you live like say in a rural area, or you have a boat and you need better communications, you have to worry about, like I said, sign of sight and having these satellite systems. Okay. And as of right now, Elon Musk let's see how many users they have. I'm gonna check that out. Okay, so they only have with them. I just had it. They only have like 300,000 users on this service. Let me just check to be sure, but they don't have that many users, and we're gonna get into um, the other satellite companies that are. Let's see. We're gonna find out how many they have, and then we'll keep on moving and talk about any other stuff. Elon Musk is I understand what he's trying to do, but um, I don't think he has. I mean, this is something that's really out of his ball, out of his realm. I get what he's doing, but I don't know if he can sustain speeds like comparable to Google. Google Fiber is really good, and they're not even here in this area in Maryland, but they're more in the mid-sized towns like Austin. Especially, I heard Austin. They went down there. I heard it runs phenomenal. The phenomenal speeds that they're getting on their systems is unbelievable. So, um, let's see. We're gonna see how many Elon Musk has. Starlink. See, I'm gonna see how many subscribers they have. So he's at 400,000 users right now. It's so he's gonna have to really, really um get that thing moving because that's not good. You've been around since 2015 and 400,000 subscribers. That's globally. Okay, that's globally. So that's something they have to work out and get that get those kinks out of the satellite system. That's gonna be if he's gonna make more money than what his rockets that he has, you know, I'm all for it. But for right now, he's having issues with that speeds, uploads and downloads. You gotta get that up to par. So let's go to the other one. Let's go to Viasat. Talk about them. And Viasat, let's see. I'm gonna check something now. And Viasat, this from out of California, and they are owned by Nordic Entertainment. Now, I just found out today that they only have three satellites, and they are in 22,000. They're 23 miles above the surface and space, but they have almost a million subscribers. Have 687,000 subscribers. All right, so that's even better than Elon Musk. And let's see, what else do they have? For Viasat, they run 12 to 100 megabits, speed 12 to 100 megabits per second. But this is capped at a low rate. So, you know the deal. If you go for higher speeds, the cost is going to go up. So, same thing as all the other ones. You have to buy into the program. Uh, Viasat, they say they do downloads at 30 megabits per second. Um, they can go unlimited, 100 millibits per second. I mean, that's not bad, but you have more subscribers than Elon Musk does. Okay, let's find out the history a little bit more on them. Okay, and they are headquartered out of Carlsbad, California. All right, I'm sorry about that. Um, like I said, they're not there. They have a one-time standard installation fee. The non-standard installation fee may result in additional charges, and they have looks like they got a fairly good model here. They're not trying to take over the world or anything like that. They're just straight up satellite service as the other ones. And let's see, I'm going to read some more here. And you can opt out your contract, no long term fee contract, but you can't opt out of it. And they have business plans um, to 100 megabits. They can upload all speeds, so 4 megabits per second. Okay, that's okay, for a small company. And do they use VPN? So they do use. You can have VPN. You can use ExpressVPN, Fastest VPN, Pure VPN, and Opera. I've heard of ExpressVPN. They're pretty good. Um, let's see. They do have Wi-Fi. Okay, so 25 megabits, 50 megabits per second. That's okay. All right, it's not bad. All right. So that's another company. Like I said, they're headquartered out of California. You would have to check if you wanted service with them. I don't know if they're on the East Coast or not. I'm not sure. And now we're going to talk about this one company. HughesNet's been in business for a long, long time. I've driven by their office when they were in. If I'm right, they had an office in Morristown, New Jersey, in that area, and it was looked like it was something in the mountains. Okay, so Hughes has been around for a minute. They're mostly for people that live in rural areas where you're not even getting um, not not megabyte service, DSL. You're not even getting DSL. So this where they were coming to play. So they have they don't have any issues. They have 1 million users. So that's a lot. And they're headquartered out of Germantown, Maryland. And they have setup fees that are different. So if you want to lease a company, lease equipment, they have that option. Then they have a free standard installation. You can purchase equipment for life, and that runs about close to 400, well, about $350. Okay, and let me check the speeds on. And like I say, Hughes has been around for a long, 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 long time. I've heard of them, and they were out. They were sourcing their equipment. Their technology out to big government firms and companies like that. So they have been around for a long time. And let's see over here. HughesNet. Okay. This is gonna be like a little small show tonight, just because I just want to get into the groove. Okay, and consumer. Okay, let's see. Let's try over here where I live. I know it's crazy, but okay. HughesNet pricing. Okay, so let's just put in my address real quick and see what they say. Okay, I'm not in a rural area, trust me, but it's nice to check it out, see what they say. You know, I mean, the HughesNet's been around for a long, long time, and let's see, they probably. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. You never know nowadays, people. Let's see. Okay, so they do have service. They do have a free standard installation, built-in Wi-Fi, home satellite dish, high speed here. Okay, it's available from coast to coast. And let's see, no hard data limits. Oh, wow. It can go from 1 to 3 megabits. That's pretty good. Let's see. So it can, if you play games, you can do that also. So, uh, hey, this is good service here. You can do 25 megabits per second. And yeah, so that's not bad. That's not bad, people. That's not bad at all. So yeah, Hughes is good. HughesNet is speed. Let's see what else kind of plans I got. Let's see if they say here again. We're gonna look again. We're looking at a satellite. If you go on their website, HughesNet, they have a satellite that goes around the globe. So okay, so what they're saying here is they got prices go from $44.99 up to $140.75 gigabits. That's awfully fast. That's really, really fast. So if you're interested, you could just go on the HughesNet website, excuse me, and you could check that out. Wow. And it's good until 8 to August 31st. So, and I understand there's other satellite companies. I think there's one around here. Um, there's other satellite companies. Let me see if I can pull them up. And I just decided to um, pick these out, and I figure, what the hell? Let's see what they say. Dish, DirecTV. Now, DirecTV is huge. We all know who they are. Globecom, I know who they are. You got Satellite Star, XC. Don't have any no reviews on that one. And Dish, Telecel, heard of them. Comsat, I have definitely heard of them. Planet Q. See, this is a just a variety. Skynet, I heard of them also. So it's just a variety of what you want. You'd have to speak to them. But I decided to talk about those three companies and, just to share some insight into satellite internet services that are here and across the United States. So, but no, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I don't have anything else to say. I hope everybody enjoys the upcoming weekend. I'm gonna try and do a show on Saturday, and if not, we'll try sneaking in during the week like I'm doing right now. But I'm gonna get back into doing shows on either Saturdays or Sundays, and I hope everyone's enjoying themselves, staying nice and cool because it is going to be hot. It's going to be almost close to 100 this weekend here. So I'm hoping, please, everyone, stay cool. If you know some people that are elderly that live by themselves, just knock on the door and check on them, just to be on the safe side. Because you only hear about stories of people, older people that no one checked on them and they lay in the house, they can't get cool, and you know it's just the house is so hot that they die of heat exhaustion. So just remember and look out for the elderly. They might need help. Just to check on them. I know they're a little hesitant about opening the doors for people, but just go and check on them, making sure they're okay. And like I said, I just want to say I'm here. I'm welcoming everybody back. I hope everyone's doing good, and we will be keeping in touch with one another. And I love you guys, and I hope we definitely gonna talk again next weekend. And be good, be safe, and God bless you all. Take care.